Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free English ebook before it's gone. Imagine you're on a plane. There's someone next to you. What do you say? Hi, Alicia here. Introducing yourself in English is easy. In this lesson, you're going to learn how with Gustavo and Henry, who meet on a plane. Gustavo's moving to New York. His family is going to join him later in the month. Henry is in the seat when Gustavo gets on the plane. Let's watch.
Excuse me.
Sorry about that.
Hi, how do you do? I'm Gustavo.
Nice to meet you, Gustavo. I'm Henry Edens.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please? A bit slowly?
Henry Edens.
Henry Edens.
That's it, but please call me Hank.
Hank, nice to meet you.
Now with subtitles.
Excuse me.
Sorry about that.
Hi, how do you do? I'm Gustavo.
Nice to meet you, Gustavo. I'm Henry Edens.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please? A bit slowly?
Henry Edens.
Henry Edens.
That's it, but please call me Hank.
Hank, nice to meet you.
Here are the key words from the scene.
Hi,
Hi. Hi. Hi.
but,
But. But. But.
excuse me.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Two,
Two. Two. Two.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
How do you do?
How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Here are the key phrases from the scene. How did Henry apologize when he realized he was in Gustavo's way?
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
In general, this expression, when used to respond to "excuse me," shows a friendly willingness to help the other person.
In this case, Henry wanted to show he was happy to move out of Gustavo's way.
You can also use it to apologize for a small mistake, like bumping into someone on the street or blocking someone's way in the aisle of a supermarket.
Now you try. Say Henry's line after Gustavo speaks.
Excuse me.
Sorry about that.
Later, Gustavo also used the word sorry to apologize when he didn't understand Henry's name. Which phrase did he use?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
This is a very common phrase in English for many situations, but here, Gustavo uses it to indicate he didn't understand something.
Now you try. Say the line after Henry speaks.
I'm Henry Edens.
I'm sorry.
Because Gustavo did not understand something, he asked Henry to repeat what he said. To do this, what polite question did he use?
Can you say that again, please?
Can you say that again, please?
In response, English speakers will usually repeat what they have said and will use the same words.
Now you try. Ask the question after Gustavo says, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please?
Gustavo also wanted Henry to speak more slowly. To do this, what does he ask?
A bit slowly?
A bit slowly.
This is not a complete sentence, but has a clear meaning when used after, "Can you say that again, please?" In response, English speakers will slow their speech down.
Now you try. Say the phrase after Gustavo says, "Can you say that again, please?"
Can you say that again, please? A bit slowly?
After Gustavo said Henry's name, Henry confirmed he said it correctly. How did he do that?
That's it.
That's it.
This is like saying, "That's correct." But since the situation was friendly, "That's it" sounded more natural.
Now you try. Say the phrase after Gustavo says Henry's name correctly.
Henry Edens.
That's it.
Now the lesson focus. Here's how to introduce yourself. Ready? Do you remember how Gustavo introduced himself?
Hi, how do you do? I'm Gustavo.
When Gustavo introduced himself, he started with "Hi," and then used a set phrase.
How do you do?
How do you do?
This is a polite expression people often use with an introduction. It sounds like a question, but it has no particular meaning, and there's no expectation the other person will try to answer it.
Next, he says,
I'm Gustavo.
the first part of this sentence is a contraction of two words, I and am. The am here functions like an equal sign in math.
I'm.
I'm
The next word in the sentence is a name.
Gustavo.
Together it's.
I'm Gustavo.
The structure of the pattern is
Hi, how do you do? I'm
plus.
your name.
Now you try. Imagine your name is John. Say, "Hi, how do you do? I'm John."
Hi, how do you do? I'm John.
Now imagine your name is Eichel. Say, "Hi, how do you do? I'm Eichel." Hi, how do you do? I'm Eichel.
Now use your name.
Okay, there are two additional things you need to know. First, there's a shortcut for giving your name.
Just drop the I'm from the final sentence of the self-introduction.
For example, if Gustavo just said,
Hi, how do you do? Gustavo.
Henry would have understood it was his name.
This would be especially clear if Gustavo extended his hand for a handshake while saying this.
In very casual situations, you can even drop the "Hi" and the "How do you do?" All that is left would be your name.
The second thing you need to know is you can use I'm with just the first name or your first name and the last name together.
I'm Henry Edens.
Edens is Henry's family name.
Using both your first name and your last name is a little more formal.
It also gives you less privacy. For example, if people know both your first and last name, they can find you on the internet more easily.
So it may be more common for strangers to say just their first name than people meeting in a more friendly environment.
Next, you'll learn how to tell people to call you by a nickname, just like Henry did in the scene.
But please call me Hank.
But please, call me Hank.
The first word in the sentence is.
But.
This word is not necessary, but it makes the transition to the rest of the sentence smoother.
Henry uses this to introduce a new piece of information.
And this information changes something about what he said before, but makes this clear.
The next word introduces a polite request.
Please.
Please.
Next is a request to use a certain name.
Call.
Call.
After this is the word
Me.
me.
Last is a common nickname for men named Henry.
Hank.
Hank.
Please call me Hank.
The sentence structure is
Please call me.
plus.
Your nickname.
Now you try. Imagine your nickname is Matt. Say, please call me Matt.
Please call me Matt.
Now imagine your nickname is Lulu. Say, please call me Lulu.
Please call me Lulu.
Now use your own nickname. Say, please call me, and then use your nickname.
Finally, when you meet someone for the first time, it's polite to say a set phrase at the end.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Usually, both people will say this or something similar to it.
Now you try.
Nice to meet you.
Now it's time to practice your new ability. Let's practice.
This is your chance to introduce yourself. Try to remember what you learned and practice by speaking aloud.
It's your first day in the US, and you're meeting your new neighbor. Ready? Here we go.
What's the first thing you say to someone you've just met? Hi, how do you do?
How do you tell someone your name?
I'm name.
I'm Henry Edens.
How do you tell someone your nickname? Please call me your nickname.
Please call me Hank.
What's the last thing you say to someone you've just met?
Nice to meet you.
Great job. You've just introduced yourself. You'll follow this same pattern many times, so be sure to practice it.
Well done. Now, watch the scene one more time. After that, go and practice with all your American friends, or with us in the comments. Bye!
Excuse me.
Sorry about that.
Hi, how do you do? I'm Gustavo.
Nice to meet you, Gustavo. I'm Henry Edens.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please? A bit slowly?
Henry Edens.
Henry Edens.
That's it. But please call me Hank.
Hank, nice to meet you.
Hi everyone, I'm Gabriella. How are your English listening skills? In this video, you'll have a chance to test them out with a quiz. First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
A woman is asking a store clerk something at a bookstore. Which book does the woman want to see? Excuse me, I'd like to take a look at a book on that shelf.
Which book would you like?
The one about cars.
One moment, please. This one?
Yep, that's right.
Here you go.
Which book does the woman want to see? A woman is asking a store clerk something at a bookstore. Which book does the woman want to see? Excuse me, I'd like to take a look at a book on that shelf.
Which book would you like?
The one about cars.
One moment, please. This one?
Yep, that's right.
Here you go.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time. How are your English listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end.
A man and a woman are looking over a menu at a restaurant. What's the man going to order?
What are you going to order?
The pizza looks delicious. I think I'll go with that.
I had pizza yesterday, so
Okay then, what about the hamburger?
sounds good. I'll go with that.
What's the man going to order? A man and a woman are looking over a menu at a restaurant. What's the man going to order?
What are you going to order?
The pizza looks delicious. I think I'll go with that.
I had pizza yesterday, so
Okay then, what about the hamburger?
sounds good. I'll go with that.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time. How are your English listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end.
A man is calling the doctor's office. What time does he need to be at the doctor's office by? Hello, how can I help you?
What time do you close today?
We close at 6 o'clock, but please come in before 5:30.
Okay. Thank you.
What time does he need to be at the doctor's office by? A man is calling the doctor's office. What time does he need to be at the doctor's office by? Hello, how can I help you?
What time do you close today?
We close at 6 o'clock, but please come in before 5:30.
Okay. Thank you.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time. How are your English listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end.
A boy is reading from his journal. What was the first thing the boy did today?
The weather was great today. I went swimming this afternoon at the pool. And I went to a movie in the evening. I also studied all morning. Today wasn't bad.
What was the first thing the boy did today? A boy is reading from his journal. What was the first thing the boy did today?
The weather was great today. I went swimming this afternoon at the pool. And I went to a movie in the evening. I also studied all morning. Today wasn't bad.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time. How are your English listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end.
A woman and a man are looking at a photograph. Which photo are they looking at? This is a photo of the soccer team your son is on, isn't it? Which one is your son?
This one.
Oh, he's the tallest one.
Yep, he's even taller than the coach.
Which photo are they looking at? A woman and a man are looking at a photograph. Which photo are they looking at? This is a photo of the soccer team your son is on, isn't it? Which one is your son?
This one.
Oh, he's the tallest one.
Yep, he's even taller than the coach.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
Hi everybody, my name is Alicia, and today we're going to be talking about the top 25 English phrases. So let's get started. The first phrase is hello. Hello, of course, is used as a greeting. You can greet your friends, you can greet your coworkers, your family with this phrase just by saying hello. Hey, hi, what's up? Hello. Sup? Yo. Pretty much any time of day you can use hello. Hello. The next phrase is good morning. Good morning is used as a greeting in the morning. You can kind of feel when morning ends for you. Good morning is nice and polite. Or even just morning with your close friends or close coworkers. The next phrase is good night. Good night is fine. We don't use this to greet other people. We use it when we're saying goodbye to other people at night. Family members, particularly mothers and fathers, to say good night to their children before they put them to bed. You can say it to your friend in a text message or in an email if you've been talking for a while. Good night. So the next word to talk about is goodbye. Use it when you say goodbye to your friends, when you leave your friends. Goodbye. Bye, of course. Take care. Have a nice day. Peace out. That's another way to say goodbye. Okay, the next phrase is I'm plus your name. Of course, this is a way to introduce yourself. You can use I'm, in my case, Alicia. I'm Alicia to introduce yourself in any situation. New friend, I'm Alicia. Okay, the next phrase is what's your name? What's your name is used to ask someone else what their name is. So, what is your name sounds a bit, try to use what's your name. If you forget someone's name, you can say sorry, what's your name? Or sorry, what's your name again? Next phrase is nice to meet you. Nice to meet you anytime you meet someone new. Nice to meet you is fine. Good to meet you is a little more casual. Great to meet you sounds very excited. Pleasure to meet you sounds like maybe a formal situation or a business context. Okay, the next phrase is how are you? How are you is just a friendly way to check in with the other person. You can use it with friends, your family, your coworkers, maybe even your boss to a certain degree. How are ya? How you doing? The next phrase is I'm fine, thanks. And you? If you saw English in 3 minutes, we talked a lot about this phrase. Instead of I'm fine, thank you, and you, say I'm good, thanks. How are you? Just shorten it, make it a little bit more natural. How are you? Good. How are you? Great. How are you? Not so good. How are you? Okay. And so on. So when someone says, how are you? I usually say, I'm good. This week, I blah, blah, blah. Give some information about what you've been up to. Maybe a hobby, something that you did recently, an event, something interesting you saw, whatever. People want to make that connection with you, and it's a good chance for you to continue speaking. The next word is please. Please is a polite phrase used when you want something from someone else. You can use this as a response when someone offers you something, like in a restaurant, for example. Would you like more water? Would you like something to drink? Oh, please. The next phrase is thank you. Thank you is used to express your appreciation. You can use thank you with everybody. The next phrase is you're welcome. You're welcome. When someone says thank you, you can say you're welcome. No biggie. I use no biggie, as in no biggie is short for no big problem. The next word is yes. Yes, of course. Yes means is any positive expression. Someone asks you a question and the answer is a positive answer. You say yes, yep, yeah. Oui. No. Next, I'm guessing I know it. Yep. The next word is no. No is a negative response to something when you have to give a negative answer. So as you can probably guess, the long form of no is negative. I like to use nope. It's very, very casual. Not gonna happen. My parents would use that with me. To soften that a little bit, if you want to show a negative response to something, like let's go out for dinner tonight. What do you want to do? Like, do you want to go out? Not really. No, don't think so, to soften it. The next word is okay, okay. This word comes from copy editors. Okay, when they had to check a manuscript, they had to label the manuscript all clear, AC, but because they were copy editors and they have a very, very sick sense of humor, they thought they would mark it OK for all clear to make a joke because O and K do not start all and clear. But it caught on among everybody in the world. Anyway, okay is used to agree with somebody else. Well, it can be used actually to express a positive or kind of a slight negative, I feel. Transitioning in your conversation, you can say, okay, now we're going to talk about blah, blah, blah. Okay. The next phrase is excuse me. Excuse me, it's used to get someone's attention in English when you don't know the other person. For example, in a store, a supermarket, maybe a stranger on the street, you need to ask directions. You can use excuse me. You can use excuse me in the supermarket. Excuse me, can you tell me where the hot sauce is? If you've done something rude in public, you can use excuse me. I personally do not do rude things in public ever. I'm sorry is the next word we're going to talk about. I'm sorry is used to apologize when you have made a mistake or someone you know has made a mistake and you're connected to it, or you just feel bad. You can use I'm sorry. You made a mistake at work. I'm sorry. You forgot to feed your cat. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. You bump someone next to you. Oh, sorry. What time is it is the next phrase when you need to check what time it is. What time is it? When you ask someone else what time it is, maybe you say this to yourself too. Check your watch, check your phone, check a clock. Pretty straightforward phrase. There aren't really any short versions, so that's an easy one. Where is the plus a location. So you can use this for a building or a store. We're not going to use this where is the for a place, a city name or a state name or a country name. To do that, you would need to remove the. But where is the bank? Where is the post office? You can use this to ask directions, to ask for help in your house or at work. Where is the copy machine? Where is the file I need? Where is the blah, blah, blah? Where is the bathroom is perhaps a very important question to know. The next one is, may I use the restroom? May I use the restroom is a polite and soft expression that you can use if you need to use the toilet, you need to use the washroom. When you're at someone's house for the very first time, when you're in a place that is new to you, you can ask, may I use the restroom? More casually, can I go to the bathroom? To be very polite, you can say, may I go to the bathroom? The next phrase is, I would like to order something. You can use this at a restaurant probably, or in any situation where you need to place an order. I'd like a pizza. I'd like a beer. Can I get the check, please? This will be used at a restaurant. When you've finished your meal and it's time to go, can I get the check, please? In a very, very casual situation, you can just say, check, please. That's fine. The next phrase is see you soon. See you soon is used with friends and family members, perhaps, when you expect to see them again soon after saying goodbye to them. This is used at the end of the conversation. You're going separate directions. You say, see you soon. See ya is also good, or just see you. To make it a little more formal, you can say, I'll see you again soon. Make a full sentence out of it that way. The next phrase is see you later. See you later is very similar to see you soon, but the point is with see you later is that you're probably going to meet that person again later on in the same day. The last phrase is really. Really is a very useful word because you can use it to show you are interested in a conversation with upward intonation. Really, really, tell me more. Or to show that you're not so interested in the conversation with downward intonation. Really. So there are many other words that you can use similar to really in this way, like seriously or oh, and so on. So it's a really good practice for your intonation. So those are 25 very common words and phrases in English. If you liked this video, if you like this topic, please subscribe. I'm sure there'll be a button here somewhere or a button here, wherever. But please be sure to subscribe to our channel because we're going to be doing more videos like this, and we already have more videos like this, so please be sure to check them out. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. Really? Oh, interesting. Okay, I see. Great, fantastic, unbelievable. Gratitude, subjects. What are we having for dinner tonight? Pizza? Affirmative. I'll riff on that. I am Chris Hardwick. Hi everybody, welcome back to Top Words. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 must-know vocabulary for restaurants. So, let's eat. Waiter. The first word is waiter. Waiter or waitress or wait staff. These are the people who bring you your food and take your orders. In a sentence, your waiter will be with you in a moment. Menu. The next word is menu. Menu is the piece of paper or the document, the thing that's on your table or near your table that has a description of all the food you can eat at that restaurant. In a sentence, can I have the menu, please? Order. The next word is order. Order, you can use this as a noun or as a verb. You can say to order something or where is my order? In a sentence, I would like to order 2 steaks, 3 hamburgers, 4 beers, a large pizza, and a piece of chocolate cake to go to my home. Water. The next word is water. In American restaurants, you usually get water for free. I noticed when I traveled in Europe, you had to pay for water at restaurants. That was interesting. In a sentence, American restaurants usually give you a glass of water without having to ask. Dessert. The next word is dessert. Dessert is the sweet stuff, the sweet course, all the sweet foods that come after the main part of the meal. In a sentence, can we see the dessert menu? Chef. Chef. Chef is the leader of the kitchen, the person that is cooking the food. In fancy restaurants, the chef is like the one who is running the operation, the manager of everything. There are different levels of chef in the kitchen. In a sentence, you can say, please give my compliments to the chef. Fast food. The next word is fast food. Fast food is anything that's quick. Popular examples in America are McDonald's, Burger King, Subway, Taco Bell, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Jack in the Box. So those are all fast food restaurants. You get in and you get out very, very quickly. They don't have a reputation for being very healthy. In a sentence, I try to eat fast food as rarely as possible. Bill. The next word is bill. You might also hear check. Bill and check mean the total of your meal. How much your dining experience cost you is the bill or the check. A bill comes before you have paid. A receipt is the piece of paper you get after you have paid. The receipt confirms you have paid money. The bill is the request for money. That's the difference between bill or check and receipt. In a sentence, usually you say, can I have the bill, please? Or can I have the check, please? Delicious. Delicious. Delicious means something that tastes good. We have many variations on delicious. We say delicious, good, yum, yummy, fantastic, great, and so on. It's kind of strange to me to say this is delicious. I usually just say this is good or this is really good. Something like that is a bit more natural than delicious. In a sentence, my dinner today was delicious. Main course. Main course. It's often like a meat dish, actually, like roast something or I don't know. It's also called the entree. Maybe it's a really fancy pasta dish in some cases. I don't know. In a sentence, for the main course, our specials are chicken and zucchini and curry. That's the end. So those are 10 words that you can use in a restaurant. I think they're very useful when traveling, actually. So try to keep them in mind the next time you go out to eat. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. And if you like, also, please check us out at EnglishClass101.com for more fun stuff. Thanks very much. Bye.
Hi everyone, I'm Bridget and welcome to today's lesson. Today's topic is 10 ways to say hello in English. Good morning. Good morning is the first thing you say to someone when you see them in the morning. Good morning, sir. Would you like a cup of coffee? Good morning. Could I please get some orange juice? Good morning. I'm still tired from the night before. Hello. Hello is the most common greeting you'll hear, that and hi. Hello is a polite, nice way to greet someone when you see them. Hello. Everyone says it, you cannot go wrong saying hello. Hello can be used at any time of the day, no matter whether it's morning or at night or at 4 a.m. When you see someone, you can say hello and it will still be appropriate. Long time no see. Long time no see. It's not necessarily grammatically correct, but it's a saying that we have. Hey, long time no see. What it means is that you haven't seen that person in a long time. So it literally means long time no see. Long time no see is something you say to someone when you haven't seen them in a while. Hey, John. Long time no see. How are the wife and kids? How have you been? Hey, how have you been? I haven't seen you in a long time. How have you been is asking someone how they're doing and how they've been for the past however long if you haven't seen them in a while. You might say, hey, long time no see. How have you been? How have you been? That's past tense. It implies that you haven't seen them in a while and you want to hear about how they are and how they've been for all of that time that you haven't seen them. Hey, long time no see. How have you been? How are you? How are you means how are you doing? How are you feeling? How is everything? It's a standard thing that you might say to anyone, even if you've seen them the day before. You might see them today and say, hey, how are you? How's it going? Hey, how's it going? How's it going is a more informal way to say, how are you? So, how are you and how's it going, they mean the same thing. It's asking how you are doing, how you are feeling. Is everything okay with you? What's up? What's up is another way of saying, hey, how's it going? But this one is even more informal. So you might say this to friends. Hey, what's up? And they'll say, nothing. Just living my life, day in and day out. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? Would you like some lunch? Good afternoon is a polite way to greet someone in the afternoon. So if you run into your boss, you might say, good afternoon. It's very nice. It's polite. Not a lot of people say it to their friends, but it's a polite way to greet someone. Good evening. Good evening is a nice way to greet someone in the evening time. You can only use this phrase in the evening because it's wishing someone a good evening. It's saying hello at a certain time of day. Good evening. Would you like some dinner? Good evening. Have you eaten yet? All of my examples involve food, it seems. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you. This is something that's very common to say the first time that you meet someone. You might shake their hand and say, hi, it's nice to meet you. My name is Bridget. My name is... It's telling that person that you are happy to be meeting them. It's a pleasure to meet them. Hi, it's nice to meet you. That brings us to the end of this lesson, 10 ways to say hello. If you guys liked the video, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And don't forget to go to EnglishClass101.com for more English.
Hi everyone, I'm Bridget and welcome to today's lesson. The topic for this lesson is 10 phrases to survive at the station. Let's get started. I'd like to go to. I'd like to go to. I'd like to go to this hotel. When you tell someone, I'd like to go to this town, the person selling you a ticket will be able to tell you which train you need to take to get there. I'd like to go to means this is the destination I want. How do I get there? Is this the right platform for? Is this the right platform for? Is this the right platform for the train to Greenwich? A platform is where you wait for a train to pull up. So if you're on a platform and you aren't sure if you're on the right one for the train you need, you might ask someone else who's standing there, excuse me, is this the right platform for the train to Greenwich? And they will tell you if you're in the right place. What time is the last train? What time is the last train to San Francisco? You might ask someone, what time is the last train? Depending on which city you're in, the last train of a day might be at maybe 10 p.m. For example, you're going to want to make sure you get to the station to get that last train.
Where do I change for? Where do I change for? Where do I change for the express train? When you're taking a train, sometimes you might need to do a transfer at a particular station. This means if you're on one train, you might have to get off at a certain train station and wait for another train that'll take you all the rest of the way to where you need to go. Asking, where do I change for the express train? You're asking, at what station do I need to get out off the train and wait for the correct train? Where can I buy a ticket? Where can I buy a ticket? Where can I buy a ticket in town? You should ask where to buy a ticket so you know whether you need to purchase your ticket on the train itself or if you need to go up to a kiosk and buy your ticket there. It's always important to know ahead of time where to buy your ticket because you don't want to get on a train and find out you were supposed to buy your ticket at the station. How much is it to the airport? You might ask this question to find out how much it costs to take a train or a bus or a taxi to where you need to go. If you get into a taxi, for example, and you ask, how much is it to the airport? The taxi driver will tell you $30. He'll tell you the price you need to pay to get to the airport. If you're taking a train, you might ask the ticket seller, how much is it to the airport? And the ticket seller will tell you the train to the airport costs $10, for example. That way you know how much it costs to go to where you need to be. Does this bus go to? Does this bus go to? Does this bus go to the suburbs? Does this bus go to is a way of asking whether or not the bus that you're looking at has the destination that you need. So you might get on the bus and ask the bus driver, does this bus go to the suburbs, whatever destination? And the bus driver will answer and tell you, yes, get on, or no, you want a different bus. What time is the next bus? What time is the next bus? What time will the next bus arrive? By asking what time is the next bus, you're asking when the bus is going to come to the bus stop or whatever station the bus will stop at. This way you know what time you need to be at that bus stop. The train is running late. The train is running late. The train is running late again. This is something I say all the time in New York City. The train is running late. If the train is running late, that means you will probably be running late when you get off the train. Where are the ticket machines? Where are the ticket machines? Where are the ticket machines in this station? A ticket machine is a machine that you go to purchase your tickets. You might see this in any station, whether it's a subway station or a regular train station, or sometimes even a bus station. There will be kiosks that you can go to enter the information and purchase your ticket. That brings us to the end of today's lesson. 10 phrases to survive at the station. How often do you need to take public transportation? And how often do you rely on phrases like these? Please leave a comment below and give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and of course, don't forget to go to EnglishClass101.com to learn more English. You might ask, ah! Oh no, there's a spider. That was a bug. Hi everyone, my name is Bridget and welcome to today's lesson. The topic for this lesson is Top 10 Must-Know Prepositions and Conjunctions for English Learners. Let's get started. To. I threw the ball to my dad. To is sort of directional. It's saying that it's going towards something. I wrote a letter to my mother. I went to the mall. I went to the park. My mom asked me to go to the store to buy some bread. To a destination, to a person. From is the opposite of to. From implies where it's coming from, the place of origin. So if I'm going to the mall, I'm coming from my house. This letter is from my daughter. From. How long does it take you to get from your house to your job? To and from. They go together. With. It means together with something. I am at the movies with my friend. I went out to eat with my friends. I go shopping with my boyfriend. With means you are together with something. I like to have grilled cheese with tomatoes on it. I'm here with my book. At. At is a very short word. I always go to bed at 11 o'clock, if I'm lucky. I usually go to bed at around 1 in the morning, unfortunately. I get very little sleep. At specifies a time or a place. Let's go to the movies at 2 in the afternoon. I'm at home right now. Where are you? We decided to meet at the beach. It's a pinpoint of time or location. In means you are inside of something or in the middle of something. It means being immersed in something. I am in bed right now. The cat is in the box. The child is in the tree. The plane is in the sky. I graduated school in 2019. In. On. I left the book on my desk. On means on top of. I like ketchup on my fries. So that means my French fries are here and I like to put ketchup on them. The man is on the roof. The car is on the street. The motorcycle is on my nerves. But. I think I remember her name, but I'm not sure. But is a way to add a negative to a sentence. So, for example, I really love eating cake, but I don't eat it often because it's not healthy. I'd love to go to the movies with you, but I have too much work to do. I really like you, but I don't want to date you. And is a very common word you will hear all the time. It's a way of adding on a new subject or thing to your sentence. I love candy and pizza. I'm hungry and I'm tired. My friend moved to Spain and I moved to Canada. I love playing outside and I love being inside. And is a way to add on a new subject or thing to what you're talking about. So, I have a toothache, so I went to the dentist. So is a way of adding an example. Another way to say, because of this, I did this. You say something, and then you add so, and then what follows is the effect. So there's the cause, so the effect. So, I was feeling very hungry, so I had some pizza. This video is going to be pizza themed, everyone, apparently. I was really tired, so I took a nap. I was in the mood for some adventure, so I got on an airplane and flew to Mexico. That sounds nice. Or is a way of presenting a choice. So for example, you can either have pizza or you can have candy. I don't know if I should go to the movies or if I should go to the mall. Which color do you like better, red or green? It presents differences of choice. So that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Top 10 must-know conjunctions and prepositions for English learners. If you guys have any questions or comments, post them below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to go to EnglishClass101.com to learn more English. Cars are everywhere. People are crazy, so I'm going to go inside to film the next video. La la la. It's all good in the hood, guys. Don't worry about a thing.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Top Words. My name is Alicia and today we're going to talk about 10 ways to report speech. Let's go. Say. The first word is say. Say as a verb. Say is a very neutral word you can use to report someone's speech, to explain something someone said in the past. So for example, he said the barbecue was canceled. Just a simple, neutral report. Tell. The next verb is tell. Tell is used when one person is giving information to another, to tell someone something they did not know before. Don't say, tell me your phone number, that's weird, but like, can you tell me where the station is? Can you tell me where to buy a hamburger? Can you tell me where to pick up my new car? Like, so giving someone information they don't know, or on the other hand, explaining something one way to another person. So don't tell me what I can't do is a very good Lost reference if you've ever watched Lost. So tell. Another example sentence, my boss told me I was doing a good job. Speak. The next one is speak. Speak. So we use speak when we're talking about language ability, like I speak English, I speak Japanese. We can use speak in the past tense to report something, but it usually sounds a little more formal. So like I spoke to my boss about, or I spoke to my parents about, or I spoke to my boyfriend or girlfriend about, blah, blah, blah. That using speak instead of talked makes it sound a little bit more formal. So you can use speak, but it's going to sound polite. In a sentence, my colleague spoke with me about an upcoming project. Was like. Okay, the next one, the next two actually, are very, very casual expressions. So when you're speaking with friends and you're kind of talking about a quick, maybe somewhat emotional conversation, you will hear native speakers, especially Americans, perhaps this is unique somewhat to Americans, use the phrase was like. I was like, he was like, she was like. This is a very casual way to report speech. And you'll hear it often very, very quickly together. So someone will say, I was like, what? And then she was like, no. And then I was like, yeah. That's the kind of pattern you'll hear it in. Very, very quick ways to report speech, but the subject changes. I was like, he was like, she was like, we were like. This is a way to share what happens quickly. Instead of I said, he said, she said, which might sound a little too formal, we can use I was like, he was like to do that instead. So this is a really fun one. And if you can use this naturally, I think that it'll really help you sound more natural too. So in a sentence, and then he was like, I love that movie, was all. The next one is also similar to was like. We have the expression was all. So was all, don't worry about all. All does not have the meaning of the whole of something or a complete something. Instead, was all, this set phrase, is used to report speech. Usually this one is used when there's some kind of emotional aspect to your conversation, or it's a little dramatic or maybe a little exciting. We use it the same way as was like, in that very, very quick style of speaking, and then he was like, and I was all, and then she was like, and I was all. We use those together, but I was all has a little more emphasis. I feel I tend to use it when I want to express a stronger emotion. And I was all, no way, or and I was all, what? So you can use it for those very like surprised emotions or maybe angry emotions. Was like and was all are both used in very casual situations. So, in a sentence, and I was all, oh my God, me too. Talk. The next word is talk. So talk, similar to say, is a fairly neutral verb when reporting speech. You'll use it in a situation where someone is giving new information to you, but maybe it's a two-way conversation. So for example, we talked about blah, blah, blah for a topic, or my boss talked to me about blah, blah, blah. So maybe new information is being exchanged, but the conversation is two-way. There are multiple participants. With tell, it's like the nuance is sort of one person is reporting information, giving information. With talked, there's an exchange happening there. So keep in mind when you use the word talk, you will say either I talked to or I talked with someone. And then you'll usually have a topic. So I talked to my friend about blah, blah, blah. I talked to my friend about my new apartment. I talked to my boss about a raise. I talked to my dog about what dogs do. So there's some kind of exchange happening there. You'll need to use to or with when you're referring to the person or entity you're talking to. And you'll use about to refer to the subject. So you can use this one, when you want to discuss exchanges of information. So in a sentence, she talked to me about my family. Mention. Let's go to the next one. The next one is mention. Mention is used when like something is there's just one small point in a conversation, like just a little side note, or maybe it's not the focus of a conversation, but just something someone says quickly, or there's just a little thing that you hear. Oh, you mentioned something about blah, 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 or you mentioned that a new project, like it's maybe not the focus of the conversation, but something that you heard a little bit about. That's when we use the verb mention. We can also use it in a statement, like please mention any skills you have on a resume. So the nuance is sort of like just a little bit of information is when we use mention. So in a sentence, our manager mentioned upcoming changes at the company. To go on and on. Okay, the next expression is to go on and on. So to go on and on means just to talk for a very long time. So maybe you have a coworker or a friend or a family member that just talks and does not stop talking. We say to go on and on. That's the expression we use. So in a sentence, the speaker at the seminar was going on and on about the topic. If you really want to emphasize it, you can say it was going on and on and on and on and on. That really emphasizes that the person continues to speak. So if you know somebody who does that a lot, you can use this expression to talk about them. According to. The next expression here is according to. According to is used actually in the news or like to officially report something. So according to sources or according to the police, according to the government official, according to my teacher, according to my mother, these are like direct reports of information, and they're direct reports of information from a specific source. So according to the newspaper, my neighborhood has 50,000 amazing ramen shops. That's not true. But if I want to, instead of just saying my neighborhood has 50,000 amazing ramen shops, I'm giving a source for that. So according to my newspaper, this is where I got the information. So this is important to use in news, in newspapers, and any kind of official documentation. You will see and hear according to in these cases. In a sentence, according to a witness at the scene, the suspect escaped. Report. Great, so the next one is report. So report, similar to according to, we use report in more official situations. So to officially share information, like to report to the police, to report to your teacher, to report to your boss. Sometimes it means to submit documentation, like to give someone a written report. Sometimes it's to share information officially, just with your voice, to report news or to report an update. So when you want to give official information, we'll use the verb report. So, in a sentence, sources in the area report that the accident was not serious. Thank goodness. All right. Okay, that's the end. That is the end. So those are 10 words and 10 phrases that you can use to talk about talking, to talk about speech. So I hope that these are useful for you, and I hope that this helps clear up a few things about the difference between like say and tell and speak and so on. But if you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. If you liked this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Check us out at EnglishClass101.com for more good stuff too. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Top Words, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!
Hi everyone, I'm Christine from EnglishClass101.com. In this video, we'll be talking about how to curse like an English native speaker. Piss, a slang term for urine. For example, don't piss your pants. You can say this when you're really scared or anxious. For example, if you're about to go on stage to make a speech or perform, someone can say, don't piss your pants. You can do it. Pissed off, to be really angry. When I'm angry, I can say, hey, I'm really pissed off at you right now. Why did you do that for? Loser, used to describe an uncool person. In high school, my friends and I would use this a lot, and we would say, hey loser, how's it going? Idiot, used to insult people by saying they're not intelligent. Of all the mean things that you can say, this is on the lighter side, but people still use it. Shoot. This is used to show disappointment or frustration without using a stronger curse word. Shoot, I spilled my coffee. Shut up. You can use this when you want them to be quiet, or there's something surprising that you just heard. You can say, shut up, no way. Ticked off, to be really angry. You can say this with pissed off. So this is actually an older term. Not many people use this as much anymore because most people actually just use pissed off. Fool. This is similar to saying someone is like a clown. You can say, you're acting like a fool right now. Jerk. This is a light insult used to describe someone who is mean. For example, if there's someone bullying another person, that person is being a jerk. Wimp. This means someone who isn't strong. There is a movie out right now called Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Have you seen it? Have you not? I haven't yet. So how was it? If you have any more questions, please leave a comment below. See you next time. Hi everyone, I'm Christine from EnglishClass101.com. In this video, we'll be talking about the top 10 language learning strategies. Let's begin. Befriending or dating someone who speaks English. Watching movies or listening to music in English. Read English newspapers or magazines. Record your voice and compare your pronunciation with native English speakers. Download dialogue tracks and listen to English conversations. Repeat the phrases that you hear out loud again and again. Review all the lessons on EnglishClass101.com to master them completely. Read lines slowly at first, then reread and increase your speed. Set small and measurable learning goals with your personal deadlines. Try harder lessons to challenge yourself and improve faster. How was it? If you have any more questions, please leave a comment below. See you next time!
Hey everyone, I'm Paris from EnglishClass101.com. In this video, we're talking about how to ask and give directions. Let's start. To the left, to the left. The first phrase is, where is the? Where is the? For example, you can ask, where is the bank? This can be used to ask for a general location or detailed directions. Don't be surprised if you only receive basic information. For example, next to the grocery store. The next phrase is, I need to go to the. I need to go to the. For example, you can say, I need to go to the police station. The word need is used, but this is used for non-emergencies as well. How do I get to the? How do I get to the? For example, you can say, how do I get to the museum? This question can be used to ask for step-by-step directions instead of a general location. Is the near here? Is the near here? For example, you can say, is the library near here? If you're unfamiliar with an area, you can ask to get this information about a specific place where you want to go. Is the bathroom near here? Excuse me, do you know where the is? Excuse me, do you know where the is? For example, you can say, excuse me, do you know where the park is? Only use excuse me when you're starting a conversation with a stranger. Another common phrase is the far from here? Is the far from here? For example, you can say, is the post office far from here? This is an indirect way to ask for directions. People will tell you how far the place is and probably tell you the best way to get there. Walking, taking a bus, driving, Uber. Now let's take a look at expressions to give directions. Turn left. Turn left. For example, you can say, turn left after 2 blocks. This gives you information about how far you should go before you make any changes. In this case, you should go left. To the left, to the left. Turn right. Turn right. For example, you can say, turn right at the 3rd traffic light. This also gives you information about how far you should go before taking another action. In this case, you should go right. Go straight. Go straight. This simply tells you to go in one direction. It also implies that if you keep going straight, that you will eventually find what you're looking for. Go past. Go past. For example, you can say, go past the church. A landmark is just an easily noticeable place, for example, a movie, theater, restaurant, at the corner of. At the corner of. For example, you can say, it's at the corner of. This means that a place is located at the corner where 2 streets meet. In front of. In front of. For example, you can say, the bus station is in front of the supermarket. We use front to refer to the main entrance of a building. It can also mean visible from the front, and doesn't necessarily mean it's directly in front of something. Behind. Behind. For example, you can say, the parking lot is behind the movie theater. We use behind to say that something is at the rear of a building. The front of a building is its main entrance, so which side it's facing the street is really not important. Next to. Next to. For example, you can say, the restaurant is next to the park. This is an example of using a non-specific location to give general directions. Next to can be anywhere beside, in front of, or around a place. McDonald's is next to my house. Between. Between. For example, you can say, the store is between the coffee shop and the pet store. Between is used with 2 other places. When using between, the main place will always be in the middle of the 2 other places. Okay, that's all for this lesson. Which phrase do you like the most? Leave us a comment and let us know. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye! Hey everyone, I'm Paris from EnglishClass101.com. In this video, we'll be talking about 10 words you need to know at the airport. Let's go. Terminal. Terminal. A terminal is the place where a plane stops to collect or drop off passengers. For example, you can say, the plane will pull into the terminal so we can exit. Or the terminal will get changed 10 times so you'll miss your flight. Luggage pickup. Luggage pickup. This is the place at an airport where you get your luggage after your flight. For example, you can say, the luggage pickup area is busy. Sometimes you can also see baggage claim instead of luggage pickup. Then we have plane ticket. Plane ticket. You need to keep your plane ticket with you at all times when you're at the airport. At the airport, this will be called a boarding pass. For example, you can say, I purchased my plane ticket online, so you do not need that boarding pass anymore. I don't want to see those boarding passes. The next word is flight. Flight. A flight is another name for a plane that goes to a certain destination. For example, you might hear, this flight goes to New York. You can say, the flight will leave in 1 hour. Or you can say, the flight will leave in 10 hours because it's been delayed. Next word is board. Board. This verb means to get on a plane, boat, etc. For example, you can say, we need to hurry to get on board on time. Boarding gate. Boarding gate. A boarding gate is the place where you go to get on your flight. Usually there's a gate number to help you find your gate. For example, you can say, I couldn't find my boarding gate. Or the boarding gate will be closing and they'll say, Paris. Delayed. Delayed. If a flight or train is delayed, it means that it will leave later than expected. For example, you can say, the train departure will be delayed for 20 minutes. It's always the worst when your plane or train is delayed. Take off. Take off. When something starts to fly, especially in an airplane, we say that it's taking off. For example, you can say, the plane will take off in 20 minutes. The next word is land. Land. When something descends and touches the ground after flying, we say that it lands. For example, you can say, the plane will land at the airport at 10 o'clock. The next word is reservation. Reservation. A reservation is used when you made arrangements in advance for something, such as a restaurant, hotel, a tour, etc. For example, you can say, do you have a reservation? In LA, that's all I hear. Okay guys, that's it for this lesson. Which word do you like the most? Leave us a comment letting me know. See you next time guys, bye!
Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So, as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript, or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster, at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, Record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the Dialogue Study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the two recordings side by side, and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share it with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye! Let's go. Begin. Hi everybody and welcome back to Top Words. My name is Alicia and today we're going to talk about 10 words for talking about space. Planet. The first word is planet. Planet. So planets are those really, really big things that we have in our solar system. Now there are officially 8 because Pluto is no longer considered a planet. In my example sentence, Pluto used to be considered a planet. Star. The next word is star, star. So stars are those very, very bright objects that you can see in the sky sometimes at night. The closest star to us is the sun. The sun is a star, and we can see a lot of other stars if we look up into the night sky sometimes. In a sentence, it's hard to see stars from big cities. Solar system. The next expression is solar system. Solar system. So solar system in our case here on planet Earth refers to the system of planets and objects which are near our star. So our solar system now, there are 8 planets in our solar system. Used to be 9 planets, sorry again, Pluto. 8 planets in our solar system. And then we can talk about other objects which maybe enter our solar system, like comets, for example, or a meteor, or some other events might happen in space within our solar system. So our solar system is the area surrounding our sun and our planets that we know of. In a sentence, Mercury is part of our solar system. Comet. The next expression is comet. A comet is actually an icy body that is slightly melting and then releasing gases. So that's what produces that look, a comet. Okay, in a sentence, comets are really cool. Meteor. All right, so yes, the next word is meteor, meteor, or just meteor. So essentially, meteors are different from comets because comets are made of ice. Meteors, however, are made of rock. So these are 2 different kinds of objects that move around in space. In a sentence, lots of meteors burn up before they pass through the atmosphere. Meteorite. The next word is meteorite, meteorite. So this is an important distinction that many people don't know about, actually. This drives me crazy too. So a meteor is the space rock. It's in space or it's in the atmosphere. A meteorite, however, is the rock if the meteor makes it, if the meteor can pass through the Earth's atmosphere and fall to the surface of the Earth. That rock then is called a meteorite. So in space, in the atmosphere, it's a meteor. When it falls to Earth, it is a meteorite. That becomes a meteorite when it hits the Earth. So, fun facts. Okay, that's the difference between the 2. In a sentence, have you ever seen a meteorite? Supernova. Supernova, supernova. So the explosion of a star is a huge event. A supernova is the name of it. So the star explodes, and that's what we call it. It's called a supernova, a star explosion. In a sentence, supernovas must be incredible things. Black hole. All right, the next expression is black hole. Black hole. Black holes are the subject of a lot of study. They have intense gravitational pull, so meaning they have very strong gravity. Black holes will pull other objects into them. It is said that time stops in a black hole, or if you get too close to a black hole, if you get too close to the event horizon of a black hole, you yourself will be pulled into that hole too. It's pretty crazy. So the event horizon is the point at which there's no turning back from, you can't escape essentially the gravitational pull of a black hole once you're within the event horizon of that space. It's crazy. You're done for. All this kind of stuff is so interesting. So, in a sentence, black holes are mysterious galaxy. Okay. All right, so the next word is galaxy. Galaxy. Before we talked about the expression solar system, so solar system is kind of our region of space, the region we're familiar with, but the next step up, so if you think of the solar system as kind of your neighborhood a little bit, you could think of maybe the galaxy as your city or your country maybe. It's sort of the next step out. So a galaxy is made up of lots and lots of stars, maybe other planets, other solar system, many other solar systems in one galaxy. So I think, yeah, we belong to the Milky Way galaxy, I believe. In a sentence, our galaxy is made of lots of different stars and planets. Earth. The next expression is Earth. Earth. Earth is our planet. Earth is the planet we live on. Earth is, habitable, meaning humans can live here. This word, I included it in this vocabulary list because it is a very good word to practice your pronunciation. It is the word earth. Earth. That R and the TH sound can be difficult to pronounce together. Earth. Earth. So this is a great word to use to practice your pronunciation. Earth. So in a sentence, our planet is called Earth. Oh, that's the end. So those are 10 words that you can use for talking about space. I hope that those were interesting for you. If you have any questions or comments, please be sure to let us know in the comment section at the bottom. If you liked this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Check us out at EnglishClass101.com for more good stuff too. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Top Words, and we will see you again soon. Bye! Space. What sound effect does space make? Actually, I was just going, trying to figure out a sound effect.
Explosion.
Is the sound that space makes. See, in my head, I'm thinking,
Oh yeah, that's probably more accurate.
That would be my sound effect for space.
I'm just thinking explosions.
Or maybe maybe silence is the best sound effect for space.
Hi everyone, my name is Bridget and welcome to today's lesson. The topic for this lesson is Top 10 Must-Know Phrases for the Restaurant. Let's get started. A table for 3, please. A table for 3, please. You tell them the number of people that you are total so that the host can bring you to an appropriate table. A table for 2, please. A table for 5, please. Could I please see a menu? Could I please see a menu? Usually, menus are given to you as soon as you sit down at your table. But if that's not the case and you need to ask, this is a polite way to do it. Could I please see a menu? I'd like to try this dish. I'd like to try this dish. When looking at a menu, hopefully you'll find something you want to eat. I'd like to try this dish. Could you leave out the onions? Could you leave out the onions? If there's an ingredient in the dish that you're ordering that you don't want, you can always ask the waiter if it could be prepared without that ingredient. So for example, I might say, could I get the burger but with no cheese? Could you pass the salt? Could you pass the salt? When you're at a restaurant, especially if you're at a big table with a lot of people, You might not always be able to reach things. So you would ask, could you pass me the salt? Could you pass me the ketchup? Could you pass me another napkin? Waiter! Waiter! A waiter is someone who takes your order and brings you food. In America and in many other Western countries, it's more polite to call a waiter to your table by simply saying, "Excuse me?" Or if you see another waiter walking by, but it's not your waiter, you can always say, "Excuse me, if you see our waiter, could you please let them know to come to our table?" Is there any dairy in this dish? Is there any dairy in this dish? This is something you would say if you have a dairy allergy, a dairy intolerance, or you just don't like dairy. You're asking the waiter about the ingredients in a particular dish. I do this all the time. Is there any cheese in this? No? Okay. And if there is an ingredient that you don't want, for example, onions, you could say, "Are there any onions in this?" And the waiter might say yes. And if you don't want it, you could always request, "Could you leave out the onions? Could you prepare it without the onions, please?" Can we get separate checks? Can we get separate checks? This is actually something that's very common, especially in America. If you might go out with a group of friends, or even if you're on a date, sometimes you might want to get separate checks, pay for your own things. That way, you can all pay separately just for what you yourself ordered, and you won't have to worry about owing each other money or calculating off a big, huge bill. Are there any specials today? Are there any specials today? A special at a restaurant is a dish that isn't usually on the menu. It's something that's special, but it's a special that the chef is offering that day or that week or that month. So sometimes if you don't see what the specials are, you'd ask your waiter, "Excuse me, are there any specials today? Could we have the bill, please? Could we have the bill, please?" This is how you request that the check or the bill comes to your table. "Could we get the check, please? Could we get the bill, please?" You're asking this to your waiter, who will then bring you the check and you can pay. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. If you guys enjoyed this lesson, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And don't forget to go to EnglishClass101.com to learn more English.
Words for hygiene. Oh, very important. It's a very important topic. Let us all be having good hygiene. Let us all have good hygiene. Anyway, let's learn how to talk about it first. Begin. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Top Words. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to talk about 10 words you can use to talk about hygiene or cleanliness. So let's begin. To wash your hands. The first expression is to wash your hands. To wash your hands is with soap and water in the restroom somewhere. So wash your hands before cooking or wash your hands after using the toilet, for example. In a sentence, wash your hands after using the bathroom. To shower. The next expression is to shower, or maybe you prefer to take a bath. So to shower is usually standing up, though you can do it sitting down depending on the country you live in, I suppose. To shower is that, the water just hits you continuously. To take a bath is you sit in the bathtub. You sit down and you are surrounded by water. That is a bath.
Surrounded by water.
Sitting down, surrounded by water in your home on purpose is a bath. If it's not on purpose, you should probably call a plumber. Because that is not a bath, that is an emergency. Ooh, all right. In a sentence, I shower every day, or I love taking a bath every once in a while. To brush your teeth. The next expression is to brush your teeth. To brush your teeth. So with a toothbrush, usually in the morning, maybe at night as well, you brush your teeth. You clean your teeth. In a sentence, make sure to brush your teeth in the morning. To style your hair. The next expression is to style your hair. To style your hair means to arrange or to fix your hair the way you like it. So today I styled my hair like this. You styled your hair like that. Tomorrow maybe I'll style my hair in a ponytail. I probably won't. Maybe you can style your hair in a mohawk or in a faux hawk or in a bouffant. Bouffant. That's that. Focus. Oh.
Yeah, it's focusing.
Yeah, that's a bouffant. All right. So to style your hair in a sentence. It takes a long time to style my hair. That's true. My hair is naturally explosive, and so I have to straighten it before like everything. And then as soon as humidity gets it, it goes, and it makes that sound too. To shave. The next expression is to shave. To shave is to remove hair, like if you're a man, here usually. To remove the hair here with a razor, with another, like a blade of some kind, or maybe you remove body hair or hair on your legs, whatever. We use the verb to shave with a razor. In a sentence, shaving is a pain, for sure, meaning shaving is troublesome. Soap or cleanser. The next word is soap or cleanser. So soap is just used to clean your skin or, to clean your face maybe, to clean your hands. We do not use soap for the stuff you use to clean your teeth. Soap is used for like body cleaner or maybe what you use to wash your clothes. So soap or body cleanser. In a sentence, I like nice smelling soaps and cleansers. That is true. Who does not? Deodorant. The next word is deodorant. Deodorant. So deodorant is the product you might put on your body to prevent unpleasant smells. So usually it goes in this region. So this is called the armpit, this region. So arm and then pit. So like, kind of this cave-ish area in your arm. We call it the armpit. But it's common to apply deodorant here. You might put it in other areas on your body. But the goal is to prevent bad smells or to, in some cases, just stop sweating completely. So this is deodorant. Well, deodorant actually, if I'm going to be strict here, deodorant is used to stop unpleasant smells. Antiperspirant is used to prevent sweating. So perspirant comes from perspire. So to perspire means to sweat. Anti means not or stop. So an antiperspirant is a product to make you stop sweating. So deodorant is the smell one, antiperspirant is the sweat one. Sometimes you can buy a deodorant and antiperspirant together. Woohoo! Great. In a sentence, wearing deodorant is important, especially in summer. Mouthwash. The next word is mouthwash. Mouthwash, I hope, is easy to understand. It's wash. It's something to clean the inside of your mouth. So you can use this like in the morning, maybe after you brush your teeth, or after lunch, maybe to keep your breath smelling fresh. But it usually is in like a blue or a green or maybe an orange color and kind of has a minty or citrusy taste. But you put it in your mouth and kind of swish, like, I don't know, I can't swish nothing. You swish it around in your mouth and then spit it out, and that's mouthwash. So you've washed your mouth with this product. In a sentence, I like minty mouthwash. Toothpaste. The next word is toothpaste. So toothpaste, we do not say like tooth soap or tooth cleaner or whatever. We use toothpaste for the product to clean our teeth. The product we use to brush our teeth is called toothpaste. So in a sentence, I need to buy more toothpaste. Shampoo and conditioner. The next expression is shampoo and conditioner. So shampoo and conditioner are commonly used together in the shower or in the bath, maybe. Shampoo usually comes first. We shampoo. Shampoo is soap for your hair, really. And then conditioner is a treatment for your hair. Conditioner is used to make your hair feel softer or more moisturized. So oftentimes they're used first shampoo and then conditioner together as a set. So in a sentence, I like trying new shampoos and conditioners. So those are 10 words for talking about hygiene. I hope that they were useful for you, and maybe there are a few words you can use right away to talk about aspects or parts of your day. So thanks very much for watching this episode of Top Words. If you have a question or a comment, please let us know in the comment box below. Otherwise, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Check us out at EnglishClass101.com as well. Thanks very much for watching, and we will see you again soon. Bye! Okay, hi everybody, my name is Alicia, and today we are going to talk about how to talk about hygiene on this program called Top of the Words. Who am I? Welcome to the internet where things change quickly. I got hot and warm. Okay. So now we've learned some hairstyles. Not too many bouffants these days though. Well, here's a guy with a bouffant. That lady, that's just a beehive. She just has a beehive.
Bouffant.
A bouffant. That's a good word, right?
Oh, I didn't know that word. I've seen the hairstyle before.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know what it was called.
My brother is gonna get a kick out of this video. But there's this, he knows why. I'm ready to talk about beauty and skincare on the internet. Okay. Hi everybody and welcome back to Top Words. My name is Alicia and today we're going to talk about 10 words for talking about beauty and skincare. So let's begin. All right. The first word is makeup. Makeup is all makeup. Everything we're going to talk about, almost everything we're going to talk about later is makeup. Makeup is usually used by women, but maybe men use makeup too. Makeup is usually put on the face to change the appearance of the face in some way. So, in a sentence, I use makeup almost every day. Or, I wear makeup almost every day. Use and wear are both okay. The next word is eyeshadow. So eyeshadow is makeup which goes on top of the eye, so the eyelid. This part is called your eyelid. Eyeshadow goes here on top of the eyelid. So in a sentence, what kind of eyeshadow do you use? The next word is eyeliner. Eyeliner. So eyeliner is used to draw a line, to draw lines near the eyes. That means it's safe to use near eyes. It depends on the person and their style, but maybe they use eyeliner to make lines in different ways on their face, near their eyes. In a sentence, eyeliner is really difficult to put on. Okay. The next word is lipstick. Lipstick, there's also lip gloss too. Lipstick is kind of the traditional, just like a single color. You apply it just on your lips and it gives, I don't know, not sometimes shiny, sometimes a very neutral, I don't know, depends on the lipstick. Lip gloss gives lips like this very glossy, almost like liquidy appearance. So lipstick and lip gloss have different effects. In a sentence, you have a lot of lipstick. The next expression is foundation. Foundation is the makeup product. It is applied to the skin, usually of the face. So it's used to make the face seem like all one color, foundation. Maybe people apply it with, I don't know, like a spongy thing or with their hands or a brush.
There's like a, I forgot what it's called.
Isn't it like a sponge? I don't know. Something.
Is it a beauty blender?
Is that a thing?
I think so. I don't know. I'm the wrong person.
I don't know. Is a beauty blender a thing? I'm not very good at the beauty stuff either. I don't know. Anyway, foundation is intended to make your skin color appear even. Foundation. So it's called foundation because it's like the base, the foundation for the rest of your makeup. So the foundation is the kind of the basis. So once your skin color is all correct and the same, then the other parts, we can fix the other parts. That's my theory anyway. In a sentence, there are a few different types of foundation. All right, the next expression is blush. Blush is usually applied on your cheeks and it's like a pink or red color. It gives the appearance of blushing. So when we feel embarrassed or maybe we feel excited, our cheeks might turn red. So blush is makeup, which creates that effect of blushing. This is usually a pink or red color to simulate, to make it look like you're blushing, even if you're not really. In a sentence, do you wear blush? The next expression is bronzer. Bronzer. So we talked about blush, which is supposed to give your skin the appearance of being pink or blushing. Bronzer gives skin the appearance of being more bronze or more tan. So you can apply this maybe in summer and it makes your skin look a little more tan, which you might like. Other people also may use bronzer to create shadows because it makes the skin a little bit darker in the places where it's applied. So there are a few different ways to use bronzer. In a sentence, bronzer is nice in summer. The next word is face wash, face wash. So this is a special soap that's for your face, specifically for the face. Maybe your face is very sensitive or you have some, I don't know, trouble spots or I don't know. There's a specific wash you use for your face only. In a sentence, a good face wash is important for clear skin. Oh, the next word, the dreaded, I have a couple words here that are maybe problems all of us deal with. The first kind of problem word on this list is acne. Acne is an uncountable noun. Acne refers to, usually a problem happens for like teenagers or people around that age, but adults can also have acne. Acne is like imperfections in the skin. Sometimes they're itchy or they're painful red bumps on your skin, or maybe they're not painful, but they're just blotches, or a number of different ways that acne can be an issue, which we'll talk about in the next word too. But acne as an uncountable noun is just about that problem, skin problem in general, acne, bad acne. In a sentence, I had acne when I was a teenager. So the next word for today, there are two words here. There's pimple and zit. These are both words we use to refer to the individual parts of acne. Acne, we can say, I have bad acne, or maybe my acne is improving today. But acne is maybe the whole condition of your face, like everything, your face's situation. Each part, each one of those little problem spots, we call that a pimple or a zit. The difference, pimple sounds a little bit smaller usually. Zit sounds a bit bigger and maybe more painful. But either way, pimples and zits are both words we can use to describe acne. So in a sentence, I hate getting pimples. That's the end. So those are 10 words that you can use to talk about beauty and skincare. I hope that they were useful for you. If you have any other words you're curious about with regard to this topic, please let us know in the comments section. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. But thanks very much for watching this episode of Top Words. Check us out for more stuff at EnglishClass101.com. I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hi everybody and welcome back to Top Words. My name is Alicia and today we're going to talk about 10 words for talking about sleep. Let's go. To wake up. The first word is to wake up. To wake up is to open your eyes, probably in your bed or the place where you are sleeping. To wake up is to become conscious, to become awake. Every day you wake up, presumably, hopefully. In a sentence, I woke up 3 times last night. To get up, to get out of bed. All right, the next word is to get up or to get out of bed. So that means to physically move your body from your bed out of bed, to stand up from your bed, to get out of your bed. We say to get up or to get out of bed. In a sentence, I got up at 8 o'clock this morning. To snooze. The next word is to snooze. So we have to snooze an alarm and also to snooze. So to snooze means to take a short sleep, to have a short sleeping time. Or to snooze an alarm is when your alarm goes off in the morning. You have a button. Most alarm clocks have some button you can press so the alarm will turn on again in 5 or 10 minutes or something. So to snooze an alarm is to ask your alarm to wake you up again a few minutes later. That's to snooze. So we have to snooze an alarm and to snooze, meaning like a short, light sleep. In a sentence, I always snooze my alarm at least once. That is usually true. To oversleep. The next word is to oversleep. To oversleep means to sleep too much or to sleep late. Actually, no, it doesn't mean to sleep late. To sleep late means just to sleep until a late time in the day. Oversleep means sleeping beyond the time you wanted to get up. So for example, if my alarm is set for 8 o'clock, but I wake up at 9 o'clock, I overslept. I slept beyond my wake-up time. So we can use oversleep to talk about times when you sleep too much. You sleep more than your body needs you to. So maybe your body needs, depending on the person, like 6 to 9 hours or so. But if you sleep like 14 hours, we can say that's oversleeping. You're sleeping too much. That's the nuance here. In a sentence, I overslept on my first day of work. Nap. The next word is nap. Nap is a short sleep. So a nap is maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour, just a short sleep, a short rest. So a lot of people will take a nap in the afternoon, for example, or maybe children actually take naps, for example, in preschool or when they're very, very young. They have an afternoon nap, a short sleep, like, just like an hour or so, I imagine. In a sentence, I love naps. Actually, I do like naps. I don't like naps because when I take a nap, it becomes a sleep. It's always like I wake up 4 hours later and I'm like, okay, well, I've destroyed my sleep schedule. Dream. The next word is dream. Dream. So dreams are those visions, those images you see, those maybe experiences it seems like you have when you are asleep. In a sentence, I always have weird dreams. Nightmare. So the next word is nightmare. Nightmare is a word which means bad dream or scary dream, negative dream. So children maybe have nightmares a lot. They wake up crying or they're really upset by nightmares, monsters, terrifying things happening, and so on. In a sentence, do you ever have nightmares? To go to bed. The next word is to go to bed. So before we talked about to get up or to get out of bed, this is the opposite. To go to bed means to get in your bed, to try to go to sleep, to go to bed. In a sentence, I usually go to bed fairly late. To hit the hay, to hit the sack. The next expression is kind of a slang expression. We have to hit the hay and to hit the sack. These both mean to go to bed. They both mean to try to fall asleep, but we just use them in more casual situations. The image here of hit the hay is with your body hitting hay, like laying down in hay. I believe historically because hay was used to stuff things that people slept on. So that's why we have this expression to hit the hay with your body. Same thing for to hit the sack. So a sack full of something soft to sleep on is where this expression comes from. In a sentence, I think I'm gonna hit the hay. To fall asleep. The next expression, it is to fall asleep. To fall asleep, you're in bed and you lose consciousness. You stop being aware. You are asleep. In that moment, we say you fall asleep. In a sentence, it takes me a long time to fall asleep. All right. Okay, so that's the end. Those are 10 words that you can use to talk about sleep. If you have an interesting dream or an interesting nightmare, make sure and leave it in a comment. That sounds like it would be a really funny or really interesting thing to read about. So if you have something memorable, leave it in a comment so we can all check it out and compare our dreams. That's kind of funny. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Top Words. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And check us out at EnglishClass101.com for more good stuff. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye! Hi everybody, and welcome back to Top Words. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to talk about 10 words that you can use at a bar. Let's go! To buy a round. The first expression is to buy a round. To buy a round means To buy a round of drinks, essentially. A round of drinks means one drink for everyone in your group, one drink for everyone in your party. By the way, the word party is used to mean group at a bar or restaurant. The number of people in your party is the number of people in your group. So, to buy a round means to buy a drink for everybody. In a sentence, our boss began the party by buying everyone a round. In a different sentence, you're buying the next round. On the rocks. The next expression is on the rocks. On the rocks is a way to order a drink. When you say on the rocks, it means your drink on ice only. So rocks are the ice in your glass. So you can imagine the ice, the pieces of ice in your glass, the ice cubes or an ice ball, these are like rocks. So saying, I'd like whiskey, for example, on the rocks means just whiskey served over ice. That's what on the rocks mean. So in a sentence, I'd like a gin on the rocks. Straight up. The next expression is straight up. So a straight up drink is different from an on the rocks drink. A straight up drink is chilled with ice, but it's strained. So there's no ice in the drink, but it has been chilled with ice. So a straight up drink, there's nothing else in the glass, but it is a chilled drink. In a sentence, I'd like a martini straight up. Some people use the word straight or straight up, but they mean neat, which is the next word we're going to talk about. So keep in mind, straight or straight up means chilled. That's one of the key points here. So yeah, a martini straight up is a chilled martini. Neat. So the next expression is neat. To order a drink neat means the drink is not chilled and there is no ice. It's just the alcohol. It's just the liquor. There's nothing special about it. A neat drink is only the drink. That's it. Nothing happens to it. So in a sentence, I'd like a whiskey neat. Pint. Half pint. The next expression is really two expressions. These are words you use when you order beer. They are pint and half pint. Depending on the country that you live in, pint can be a different size. They vary by a few milliliters depending on the country where you live in. A half pint then is roughly half of the pint size. So a half pint and a pint are two sizes we use to order beer. In a sentence, can I have a half pint of this stout? Chaser. The next expression is chaser. So a chaser is something you use to follow an alcoholic drink. Chasers are often used after shots. So shots are small drinks that are usually kind of strong in alcohol content, and they have a very strong taste. So some people like to have something after that. They call it a chaser. So the image is that the second drink is chasing the first drink into your body. You can think of it that way. The chaser is a non-alcoholic drink. So it could be water, it could be soda, it could be something like that. Juice, maybe. So chaser. In a sentence, shots of tequila are often followed with chasers. To be tipsy. The next word is to be tipsy. To be tipsy is a way to describe your feeling when you're drinking. So if you can imagine when you're standing straight up, when you're standing as regular, you're very confident and tall and you don't move very much. But if you feel tipsy, this comes from the verb to tip, like this. So something tips to one side or another. Think of your body in this way. So we use the word tipsy, the adjective tipsy, to describe this feeling. Maybe you're not so steady on your feet. You could tip over at any time. That's called being tipsy from alcohol. Okay. So in a sentence, let's see. I'm a little tipsy. I need some water. To be drunk. The next expression is to be drunk. So we talked about the word tipsy. So tipsy is a little bit a little unsteady, but drunk is just a mess. You're just a disaster. Maybe you're being noisy, you're being loud. It's difficult to control your body or your friend's body, whatever. So drunk is usually seen as a negative thing. So drunk expresses, it's just not pretty sometimes. So in a sentence, your friend is drunk, let's take him home. To call it a night. The next expression is to call it a night. To call it a night means to decide to finish at the bar, to go home.
You're ready to be done. So here I'm going to call it, I'm going to say, this is tonight. Tonight is finished. So in a sentence, it's been a long evening. I'm gonna call it a night. Means I'm going to go home. I'm done. It's a casual expression. Hangover. And then one more that you can use maybe the day after you visit a bar is hangover. So a hangover is a noun. Hangover is the word we use to describe the feelings after drinking too much. So maybe you feel sick to your stomach, you have a headache, your body is sore. There are a number of different feelings you might have when you feel hungover. To be hungover is another way to say it. But when you have a hangover, it usually doesn't feel very good. In a sentence, I have a hangover today. I'm not going drinking tonight. All right, so that's the end. Those are 10 words that you can use at the bar. If you have any questions or if there are other words that you like to use when you go out for drinks, let us know in the comments. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and make sure to check us out at EnglishClass101.com for more good stuff. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Top Words, and we will see you again soon. Bye! Okay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alicia, and I'm joined again in the studio by
Michael. Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about English conversation strategies. So let's get right into it. Let's start with Michael. What is your first strategy for keeping an English conversation going?
This is very important. Don't say, I'm fine, thank you, and you. You hear this all the time from second language English learners or non-native speakers. You learn this, it's one of the first things you learn in an English class. It's easy, it's good, it's basic, it's foundation. Okay, that's fine. But as soon as you can, switch it up. Because to me, when I meet a foreigner, they come up, and if they say, hey, how are you? Say, oh, I'm fine, I'm good, whatever. How about you? And they say, I'm fine, thank you, and you. And it's almost robotic because I've said it so many times. And when I hear that, I think, their English isn't that good. And inside, I'm just gonna be really polite and say, hello, and talk slowly and try to get out of there as quick as I can. So really impress the foreigner. In my opinion, I think the best way to do it is say something, use a big word or just like a slang word, something like that. When I hear that, I go, wow, man, I want to know what this person thinks. I want to get their point of view, and I'm really excited. And then I've had great conversations because of that.
That's a really, really good one. And actually, I think on this YouTube channel, actually, from a couple years ago, there's a video all about better answers to the question, how are you, than I'm fine, thank you, and you. Or if someone says, hey, how are you? I go, I'm good, you? Or fine, you? Never, I'm fine, thank you, and you. Never. But try to actually use, a phrase that a native speaker would use. And then that's a clue to the native speaker that, oh, maybe this person is ready for a conversation beyond, basic English. So that's a really good point. I like that. I didn't think of things not to do. I only thought of things to do. So, okay, cool. Let's see. Let's go to my first one. So, this strategy in general is just ask the other person a question. I think, and I'm guilty of this too when I'm learning another language, I tend to only get input. Like somebody else is always asking me the questions, and then I forget myself to ask the other person a question. So one question that I like to ask, or, a variation, any kind of WH question is good, like a who question, what, where, something like this. If you've been paying attention, you can use anyway to transition in your conversation. This was in a previous video. You can ask something like, anyway, up to anything fun this weekend? This is a pretty casual conversational question that you can ask just about anybody, whether you've just met them or whether you've known them for a while. But just get in the habit of asking other people the question. Don't wait for someone else to ask you the question. So that's one strategy that I try to use to keep things going.
Yeah, me too. I agree. And I'm going to say samesies because actually 2 of my questions were exactly what you said. Agree 100%. This is kind of cheating. These should be 1. But so always ask questions. So, again, you forget. It's really easy. I'm really guilty of this. English, non-English, whatever. I'm guilty of this. And the other thing is ask deep, open-ended questions. So if you ask a yes or no question, so again, like Alicia was saying, it just dead ends. You can't just say, do you like cheese? Yes or no, right? So you want to say, what do you think about cheese? What is your favorite kind? And kind of open it up to something else and let it just kind of snowball.
Right. Right. Yeah, I think that's really a key. Like I have another variation on it, which I guess I'll just continue on to because it kind of relates to what you're talking about. Like he's saying, always ask questions, always ask deep, open-ended questions. So like you just said, don't ask a yes or no question because yes or no ends with the yes or the no. So one of the things that I'll do is use a pattern similar to this, like, hey, did you see or hey, did you hear about blah, blah, blah. So you can use this little blah, blah, blah as your, you can ask about the news. You can ask about something funny you saw on the internet. You can ask about, something that you heard from another friend of yours, whatever. It's just a way to check in with the other person and say, oh, did you also experience this thing that I experienced? Let's talk about that. So that might be another question that you can use with people.
I like that one. I really like that one because you got to stay within people's comfort zone. So maybe you ask and maybe they don't want to, right? So a good thing is, did you hear about it? That's up to them. Maybe they don't want to talk about it. They can say, oh yeah, I heard about that. And you can kind of feel the atmosphere and realize, maybe I shouldn't talk about this, change the subject. Or they get passionate and they start talking about it. And there you go. And just let it go. Yeah, absolutely. One thing, again, I'm guilty of is you do got to keep returning it.
Right.
Don't just say, oh yeah, and what I think about da-da-da-da-da. Bring it back, ask them, what about you? That's a common thing I forget about.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I have one more. This one, use when you see fit. I'll just introduce it. Compliment the other person or compliment the other person. This can be a nice strategy just to show that you're enjoying the other person's company. It can be as simple as, oh, I like your shirt today, or oh, that's a nice dress you're wearing today, or oh, did you get a new haircut that looks good on you? Something like that. So this is a nice way to make the other person maybe want to spend more time with you, I think.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Two things. One, I think it's a good conversation starter sometimes. If you got to be careful. With a stranger, it can be creepy. It can be a little uncomfortable what you're complimenting, right? But if it's something like if they have a t-shirt and it's a band that you both like, that's a great conversation starter. And you feel, wow, we're connected, you know? Number two, the second thing I was thinking about is that keep it honest. I love a sincere compliment. It really means a lot more. And it really does butter them up, kind of get them open to having more conversations, deeper, that kind of thing. But one of the things people do, which I don't like, is let's say they say, hey, nice shirt. And then the person out of habit will say, oh, you too, I like your shirt too. Just my opinion, I don't think this feels really natural, doesn't really feel sincere. So I would save it, make a mental note and go, I need to return the favor. I need to give them a compliment. But wait until you notice something you really do like and say, hey, actually, I love blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Like when you can sense whether someone is being sincere or not. What is your next strategy for continuing an English conversation?
Well, don't be afraid to open up. I like this one. I think this is good. A lot of people will be kind of shy. They won't open up too much. Again, within your comfort zone. But I like this one because people will return the favor. Because if you're just having small talk and you say, the weather's nice today, blah, 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 you can only go so far. So don't be afraid to say something personal. Again, trust your judgment. Don't be a creeper. We don't want to hear certain things about your life.
So don't be a creep. Don't be a creep. Don't be weird. Don't be strange. And like what you're saying about opening up. Open up is just a phrase that means share something about yourself. So it can be as simple as what you did last weekend or what you're going to do this weekend or a project that you have coming up. It doesn't mean that you have to spill all of your life secrets to the other person, but just showing that you're willing to share something more personal about yourself can help ingratiate yourself or can help, make the other person, help the other person understand you a little bit better. That's a good tip. I like that tip. That's hard to do though. It's hard. It's a little bit scary, I think, to share parts of yourself, but it's good. It's a good way to meet people and make friends. All right. I think that's all. Is that all that you have?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. All right. Well, those are some interesting strategies to keep an English conversation going. So give them a try. If you're ever at a loss for words and don't know what to say, you can try one of these strategies and hopefully it will help you out. Please let us know if you have any other strategies or anything else that you would like to use or you try to use when you are having trouble keeping a conversation going. Leave us a comment and let us know what it is. We will see you again next time. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
That's about it.
All right. So thanks very much for joining us and take care. Bye-bye. Today's video is on words Americans overuse. I haven't seen these words yet, but apparently it's going to be a series of words that we as Americans, I'm American, we overuse. We use too often. So let's start. The first word is definitely. Definitely is definitely a word that Americans overuse. We use it to put emphasis at the end of a phrase, to put emphasis at the end of a sentence, as in, oh, that party last week was so great. Yeah, definitely. Or to agree with somebody like that. Oh, God, literally. Oh, just in the last few days, I've seen the word literally so many times on the internet and used in just such stupid ways. The word literally means actually or truly something. This is literally the best hamburger I've ever eaten. So literally, meaning truly or actually, would mean that in that person's entire life, that is the best hamburger they've ever eaten. However, it gets misused a lot in sentences, like George Bush was literally supporting the war in Iraq or something like that. Taking a phrase like that literally would have to mean that, the former president would be, physically supporting a war with his body. Onward? Onward. Hilarious. Hilarious is the next word. I like to use the word hilarious when something is actually funny. Hilarious, of course, means something that is really funny, super funny. It's a step above funny, maybe 2 steps, 3 steps, I don't know. However, people like to use this word in place of laughter. So, for example, friends are talking, and instead of just laughing, the friend will say, "That's hilarious." Well, if it's so hilarious, just laugh. Oh, this must be the last one, because this is the worst one. This word is like. I've probably said it several times already today. For the purposes of this video, the word like is used as a filler word. So it's the same as something such as or for example. We use like as a filler word when we're trying to think of something. It's not uncommon to hear the word repeated like 3, 4, 5 times in a row when someone is thinking. They'll say, "Oh, that party that I went to? Do you know who was there?" It just invades your speech sometimes when you're trying to think of something and no other filler words come out, but the word like does. This wasn't the last word. There is another one. Seriously. Seriously is used. Oh, it's good for anytime you receive bad news. Well, not from your boss. It's a really casual word. But if you hear something like your friend lost their job, and you can sympathize with them or maybe empathize with them by saying, "Seriously? Oh, that's too bad." Or, "Oh, tell me, like, all your problems." Oh my God, I just used like. Oh God, I hate myself. Is that the end? It's the end! All right, well, I hope you enjoyed learning about a few words that Americans overuse. I'm sure that there are more words that Americans overuse, but perhaps you'll find those out on your own. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. Welcome again to this show. Words, all right, try that again. Hi and welcome back to Weekly Words. I'm Alicia and I have no idea what I'm going to talk about yet. Intermediate Latin phrases. This is gonna be fun. Bona fide. It sounds like an American thing, like we bastardized that word a bit. Bona fide then means something that's genuine or something that's truly representative of something else. So if someone says he's a bona fide gentleman, for example, it means he's truly a gentleman. I don't hear this word very often, at least among the people I spend time with. Perhaps you might hear it, especially in an old movie, I think. Vice versa. Vice versa means, basically it just means to switch positions of something. So you might say, "Oh, I could come to your house and then we could go," no, this is a terrible example. "I could go to your house," or vice versa, meaning you come to my house. So saying vice versa, it leaves the listener to fill in the opposite of whatever else you're saying. Yeah, that's actually kind of a useful phrase that's still used quite a lot. I hear it a lot in kind of business English. Alma mater. Alma mater? Alma mater? Alma mater just refers to the college that you graduated from. So whatever it is, whatever your university is, you could be from, Harvard University. You would say, "Oh, Harvard is my alma mater." That's it. Carpe diem. Carpe diem. Carpe diem means seize the day. So it's a kind of a motivating phrase. You can say it maybe when you leave the house for work, for example. If you're feeling like you need an extra bit of motivation, you might say, carpe diem to yourself. Status quo. Status quo refers to the norm or whatever is the regular in society. For example, right now, let's see, what's a status quo? I don't know. Politics. That won't infuriate anybody. So maybe in one place, the status quo might be to eat vegan. Maybe, it's, eating vegan is the status quo. End. Okay, well, that's it. So I hope that you learned something. I certainly did. My Latin is apparently very lacking. But thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Is it okay? Hi, welcome back to Weekly Words. I'm Alicia, and today we're going to talk about phrases that aren't cool anymore. Woohoo! I probably say a whole lot of these phrases, so I'm about to embarrass myself. The first phrase is sweet. Oh, sweet's not cool anymore. Sweet means cool. Sweet means something that's good. You might say, oh man, that skateboard trick you just did was sweet. Groovy. I still say groovy. Groovy means cool, groovy means good. It was used in the 70s when, funky, groovy music was popular. In a sentence like, oh, hey, those are some groovy moves on the dance floor. I don't know if we can use that. Going steady. Going steady is kind of an old-fashioned phrase as well. Going steady just means you're dating, someone who is dating someone else. Like me and Trisha are going steady. Well, it just means you're dating, you're a couple. Not, this word is actually what the entire holiday of April Fool's Day is based around. That's a lie. Particularly, I would say for junior high school students, this phrase is very popular. They might say something like, hey, Steve thinks you're cute. Not. So in other words, it's often used as an insult. Duh. Oh, duh. Duh. Duh is used when someone says something really stupid or something really obvious. So if you say something like, oh, hey, it's raining, the other person who can also maybe look out the window you're both sitting in front of might say, duh, because you've just indicated something very, very obvious. You can also use duh to make fun of yourself when you do or say something really stupid. As soon as you realize this, you can go, oh, duh, yeah, I'm learning today that I'm not cool. That's the end. Oh, okay. Well, those are some phrases that are no longer cool. I hope you learned something about things that are no longer cool, but you can still use these words. Just, don't expect to sound really interesting or hip to the lingo if you use these words. Okay. Thanks for joining us, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye. Hi, and welcome back to Weekly Words. I'm Alicia, and I don't know what I'm going to talk to you about yet, but let's start. Today's topic is words that vary by region. Creek. I say creek. You might hear the word crick. Crick. And the word creek means a small river, essentially. There's a creek in my backyard, for example. Sure. The next word is coyote. I say coyote. How do other people say this word? Coyote. Oh, yeah, coyote. I don't say that. A coyote is kind of a dog-like animal. It's a wild animal, about the size of a dog, but they howl at night. We have them in Oregon, where I'm from. I definitely heard them at my house. Last night, I heard the coyotes out in my pasture. Okay, the next word is route. R-O-U-T-E. Route is how I say it. You might also hear the word pronounced route. Route, R-O-U-T-E, means the way through a city or a town or some kind of path, in other words. R-O-O-T, which this word sounds like, is the system that's at the bottom of a plant that a plant uses to get nutrients, with the little hairy fibers. I am so good at explaining plant biology. Oh, I know a good route to get from school to the park later. Let's take that on our bicycles. That was oddly specific. The next word is apricot, or you might hear apricot as well. It's a fruit. So you might say, hey, did you bring any apricots to the picket? Picket? To the picket? Apricots, no apricots. Picket, on the other hand, is a word that means protest. There's a freebie in there. For example, you might say, hey, I really liked those apricots you brought me the other day. They were delicious. Okay, the next word is caramel. I think I say caramel. Oh, this is making me doubt myself. There's caramel and there's caramel. They both refer to a sugary, sweet substance that's often a type of candy or often inside a type of candy. It's really, really delicious. So you might say, oh, my favorite kind of candy is caramel, or my favorite kind of candy is caramel. Just depends on where you're from. Apparently in the East Coast, they say caramel. On the West Coast, it seems we say caramel. That sounds about right to me. You can choose. End. Hooray! What was this one called? This has been words that vary by region. You can choose which region you're from, perhaps, but it's probably best for you to be consistent when you're speaking so that you don't confuse the person listening to you. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye. Hola! ¿Cómo estás? Well, I'm going to stop there. Hi there, and welcome back to Weekly Words. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to talk about generic trademarks. Oh, these are all examples of brands where the name of the brand has become synonymous with whatever the brand product itself is. This is going to be fun. Jacuzzi. Oh, really? A jacuzzi is a brand? I didn't know that. See? Okay, jacuzzi is a hot tub, essentially. It's a type of hot tub, but so many people have come to know that jacuzzi equals hot tub, that jacuzzi now just means hot tub, even though it's the name of the brand. So you might say, hey, come over to my house this weekend. We're all gonna have, no. You might say, oh, I just bought a new jacuzzi. Do you wanna come in? No, that's creepy too. I'm thinking about buying a jacuzzi. Do you have any recommendations? Next. Chapstick. You might use chapstick. I use chapstick. Chapstick is just a brand of lip balm. So whenever your lips feel dry or when they feel chapped, you put chapstick on your lips. In a sentence, you might say, I carry my chapstick with me everywhere. I love it. Kleenex. Kleenex is another great example of a brand that now equals a product. Oh, here's Kleenex. Is this actually Kleenex? No, this is Askul. Can you see it? No, this is not Kleenex, but we'd probably refer to this as Kleenex. Yeah, tissue. They're just tissues. It's not even made by Kleenex. Can you pass me a Kleenex? Next is Post-its. Oh, Post-its are very useful. They're just a small notepad. Here's another one. There's some notes written on it already. This is a small one, also not made by Post-it, but it's the same sort of thing. It's just a piece of paper that has a sticky back and you can stick it to things. But Post-its, now people will ask for a Post-it instead of just a sticky back note paper. I guess Post-it is an easier thing to say. What else would you call it if not a Post-it? Sticky paper? Or glue note? I'm waiting for you, entrepreneurs. Next is Band-Aids. This was the first one that I thought of, actually, when I saw this topic. Band-Aids, when you get hurt, when you get a paper cut, it's that little piece of kind of tapey bandage that you peel stuff off of and then you stick on wherever you've just hurt. But that thing is just called a bandage, right? It's a sticky bandage. There are a lot of sticky things on this list. Most of the time, I think, when you get a paper cut or something at work or at school or whatever, they'll say, oh my gosh, do you need a Band-Aid? That's the end of words, products, brands. Products that have become synonymous with brand. That's the end of products. What? Okay, that's the end of generic trademarks. I hope that you've learned a few new things this week. Thanks very much for watching again, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. begin. Hi everybody, welcome back to Weekly Words. My name is Alicia, and this week we're going to look at some common English idioms. Let's begin. The first word, or phrase rather, is about to. About to means you're going to start something, you're going to begin doing something. For example, I'm about to start explaining this idiom to you. Hey, hey. Okay, the next word or phrase, idiom. The next idiom is by the way. The word here they've used is incidentally. It's a way to transition to another topic that's related to what you're talking about. For example, this week I'm going to a party. By the way, did you hear about the party happening next week? So they're somewhat related. Okay. The next idiom is in a way. In a way. This is kind of... In a way, it was a good thing that the burrito shop was closed because otherwise I would have eaten way too much. And you can use this to show that there are maybe two sides to a situation. Maybe some things are negative, maybe some things are positive. Next is on the other hand. I hear this a lot. On the other hand is a way of just saying however, or to share two different sides to a story. For example, I think my coworker is really irritating. On the other hand, at parties, he's really funny. So you can show two maybe different sides to a point with this phrase. Next is a matter of fact, as an idiom. This is a long way to just say actually or really. It's a little bit more formal sounding, so you might use it in a business meeting, for example. Everybody at the business meeting might feel a little bit unsure about the previous month's sales. And you can begin your presentation by saying something like, I know everybody was a little bit unsure about last week's or last month's sales performance, but as a matter of fact, things improved. And that's the end. Those are some common idioms that you might hear in English. Give them a try. They're pretty useful, and you might hear a lot of them in conversation. Thanks very much for joining us this week, and we'll see you again next time for more information. Bye! Hi, welcome back to Weekly Words. My name is Alicia, and this week we're going to talk about ways to say hi. This should be fun. Let's get started. First is yo. This one is a little bit casual, in case you couldn't tell. Used for close friends, maybe family members if you have kind of a silly relationship with them. Just quick, short, easy to do. In a sentence, yo, how's it going? Howdy. Howdy, traditionally associated with cowboy culture, I suppose. You should play a banjo maybe, or you've just gotten off a horse. I don't know. I use howdy from time to time. Howdy. 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 Dun, 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 dun. That was my banjo. Yeah, in a sentence you might say, howdy folks. Welcome to the barbecue place. Next is hey. Hey is a good, friendly phrase. You can usually use hey with a wave and smile, look happy. If you don't, people might think that you're down in the dumps. People might think you're not in a very good mood. In a sentence, hey, I heard you got engaged last week. Congratulations. Something like that. It's usually kind of a cheery, happy expression. All right, next is what's up. What's up is the long form of sup. This does not literally mean what is above you right now. If you want to be funny, you can say the ceiling or the sky, but that joke gets old really fast, and chances are the person you're talking to has already heard it before. It just means what are you up to? What is going on with you? In a sentence, what's up? Did you have a good weekend? Typical response to what's up is not much. Find out some more responses in English in 3 minutes. We did an episode on this. Nothing much. How about you? That's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know what I'm doing. The next one is long time no see. You can use this when you haven't seen the other person for a long time. You're at a party, you're at an event, or whatever. Anytime it's been a long break, you can decide how long is. Not the day before or the week before, maybe a few weeks or a month, whatever is unusual for you and this other person. When you see them, you can say, hey, long time no see, how have you been? That's the end. So those are a few different ways to say hi in a few different situations. I hope that you have a chance to try them out the next time you meet someone or you greet someone. Thanks very much for joining us this week, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. Instead of saying sup, I like to say soup. Sup. Soup?
Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free English ebook before it's gone.